We're back here at halftime. The Wampus Cats leading 32-14. Before we let you enjoy the halftime show, let's tell you that in the first half, the Wampus Cats were about as dominant as you can be. They get Crowley gets the opening possession about their own 44-yard line. They gamble on their opening possession on 4th down and 1. The Wampus Cats convert that 4th down and 1 misadventure. They convert the fumble and take over at the 43-yard line. After getting a 1st and 10 at the Crowley 30-yard line, Cecil Collins scores the first touchdown of the night as he goes 30 yards off the right tackle. The drive took 6 plays, 43 yards. Collins goes 30 yards. The kick is blocked, and the Cats were on the board 6-0. Crowley forced to punt to near midfield, and on the first play of that opening of that next series, Collins dashes 51 yards up the gut for a touchdown to give the Cats a 12-0 lead. The run failed, and the Cats were ahead by 12-0. Crowley took the ball over at their own 22-yard line, picked up 3 straight first downs, moved the ball down to the Leesville 43-yard line, and on 1st and 17, Marcus Dugas goes 42 yards up the gut on the fullback delay, all the way down to the Leesville 1-yard line. Vec Guidry scores a touchdown with 3:36 to play in the quarter, and he leads Cormier's extra point attempt made the score 12-7. Collins takes the opening kickoff and electrifies the crowd by going 90 yards on the score. Gets great blocks from his special team teammates, and gives the Cats on the 2-point conversion run a 20-7 lead. Kevin Cormier brings the Crowley Gents back. He goes 38 yards to Joe DiMaggio, the tight end, then scrambles 13 yards down to the Leesville 6, setting up 1st and goal. But a fumble on the next play recovered by the Wampus Cats at the Crowley at their own 6-yard line. They turn Crowley away. Crowley mounts another drive as Guidry goes 16 yards to the Leesville 45. Dugas goes 20 yards to the Leesville 25. And then Leesville's Robert Robinson picks off an errant pass by Kevin Cormier and goes 75 yards for the interception return and the score. The extra point was missed, and the score was 26-7. The Wampus Cats The Wampus Cats recover another fumble after a Crowley drive down at the 6-yard line. Mike Lewis recovers the fumble, and the Wampus Cats take over at their 5-yard line. Cecil Collins goes 18 yards to the 23. Jason Green goes 24 yards on the quarterback keeper around the left end. Add a 15-yard penalty to that, and the Cats were in business with under a minute to go at the Crowley 28 with a 1st and 10. And then the Wampus Cats pull one of the oldest tricks in the book. They run the fumble-rooski, the guard-around play, to Denny Fetting. Fetting, the senior guard, scores the touchdown from 28 yards out. The kick is blocked, and the Cats led it 32-7. Crowley, with 12 seconds left, gets a 55-yard fullback screen to Walter Sampson down to the Leesville 4-yard line. Vec Guidry goes in with 1 second on the clock, and the Cats, after Cormier's extra point, holding on to that 32-14 lead. Enjoy the halftime and enjoy the sights. Final score here tonight as the Leesville High Wampus Cats win the district title, beating the Crowley Gents by a final score of 44-28. They exploded early and often to take a 32-14 halftime lead. The Wampus Cats fumbled the opening kickoff of the second half to give Crowley great field position at their 39-yard line. Cormier, the quarterback, finds his outstanding receiver Jerry Dyer on for 16 yards, and then he finds Malvecchio Guidry for 10 yards down to the Leesville 9, where the Gents had 1st and goal. But again, 3 times tonight they fumble inside the 5. Siggy Malerski comes away with the fumble recovery by the Gents at that point. Collins gives them breathing room, going 15 yards, and then 24 yards all the way out to the 45-yard line. Jason Green drops back to pass and finds Marcus Thurman over the middle for a 23-yard completion all the way down to the Crowley 31. And then on 4th and 8 from the Crowley 29 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Green finds Xavier Burrell for a touchdown pass over the middle. The kick was blocked, and the Wampus Cats, after going 94 yards to take that scoring opportunity, led 38-14. Crowley got the ball back at the 20-yard line. It took him just about a minute to go 80 yards. Cormier hits Dyron for 14 yards. Tack on a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the Gents were in business at the Leesville 45. And then Cormier finds Dyron again as he makes a beautiful leaping grab, a 33-yard completion down to the 11, and then right back to the well again. Cormier finds Dyron in the corner on the fade pattern. He makes a beautiful one-handed snare, and with 54 seconds left to play in the third, it was 38-21. Leesville had the lead. On the Crowley kickoff, Cecil Collins looked like he was going nowhere, turns it upfield and goes 80 yards down inside the Crowley 15. However, hold your horses, bring it back. It's a clipping call, and that 80-yard kickoff return was nullified. Xavier Burrell's 42-yard punt with 7.5 minutes to go in the game gave Crowley the football at their own 45-yard line. Mel Guidry goes 24 yards down to the Leesville 30, and then Vernon Lee picks off Cormier in the end zone, but the pick is called back because of pass interference, and the Gents had second life, 1st and 10 at the Leesville 15. Cormier wasted no time. On the first snap, he finds Dyron over the middle for a 15-yard scoring pass. His extra point made it 38-28. The Wampus Cats got the ball back at their own 40, moved it down the field before turning it back over on downs at the Crowley 27 with 3:43 to go. The Wampus Cat defense digging in and forcing a 4th and 10, and the pass was incomplete. The Cats take over with 28 seconds left to go, and just two plays later, Cecil Collins adding the final score, a 15-yard romp up the middle. The run for two failed, and that was the final, 44-28. Crowley outgains the Cats, 461 yards of total offense to 396. Crowley had 192 yards rushing and 250 passing. They had 21 first downs, and most of the times you're able to win football games when you score 28 points and get 21 first downs. The Wampus Cats, 344 yards rushing. Cecil Collins, 30 carries for 278 yards. Jason Green hits 50% of his passes, 2 out of 4 for 52 yards. The Cats penalized 6 times for 54 yards, most of those penalties coming in the third quarter.